So about 6 years ago, I created a video called Sexually Suggestive Overwatch. It gained some traction, it almost got 1 million views, but many people thought this video was a joke. But soon after, my instincts were proven correct. Blizzard had faced numerous lawsuits regarding sexual harassment in their workplace. Work environment was described as pervasive frat boy workplace culture that is a breeding ground for harassment and discrimination against women. Earlier this week, in a new case, there's been revenge porn allegations. All this bad publicity led to Blizzard having to clean up their act. They had to tear down their boys club, and they were basically court-ordered to be more inclusive and have more diversity amongst their employees, but not only their employees, within their games. So earlier this month, Blizzard released their newest game, Overwatch 2, a sequel in title only. I'm about to do a deep dive to make sure that all sexual content has been purged and Overwatch 2 has been purified. For Blizzard's integrity's sake, I hope everything is squeaky clean. So right off the bat, there's a huge problem. I don't know if you guys noticed this. Huge problem with this title screen. There are no visible men, okay? No visible men on this title screen. Blizzard literally swung the pendulum in the opposite direction. They're now overdoing women inclusivity in the fashion that is literally just putting women on display. This is basically saying, attention freaks, pick your waifu. I'm not blind, I can see Genji right there, but you know, new players, or people who don't even play the game, don't know who's under that mask. I mean, at least put Winston somewhere. If you need like a comic relief, put Winston flying backwards or something. So anyway, let's take a look at my previous claims. Alright, so within my first video, I said that D.Va had voice lines that, when overlapped, just sounded like sex noises. Two voice lines that are right next to each other, and when you tab between them, produces sex modes. Coincidence? No. Okay, so apparently that was corrected. I'm not sure if that was intentional, if that's an intentional feature or just poor programming on their part, but after selecting a voice line and then selecting another one, the second voice line will not play. Next, I claimed that D.Va had a lot of risque sprays. I mean, some of them had like unidentified white liquid on her face and other body parts, as you can see here. They completely removed that spray in this game. To note here, Overwatch 2 kept all original Overwatch 1 sprays. So all this means is that at some point Blizzard went out of their way to remove this spray. I'm very proud that you're cleaning up your act, Blizzard. It's just questionable why you had to buff D.Va's ass. She has a huge ass now. I guess we're breaking even on those previously corrected claims of mine. And another claim that Bastion, when he went into his sentry config in Overwatch 1, he just looked like male genitalia. Now, in Overwatch 2, they made extensive changes to Bastion, attacks and such. They gave him a hat to cover things up. I mean, he's a phallic robot. It's like hard to, not make him look like a dick. But anyway, so they removed the sentry configuration and they just made him a tank whenever he wants. And they added a new ult that just made him an erect pipe. I guess in Blizzard they just couldn't fix Bastion. I mean, he looks like that, you're gonna get complaints, so they completely removed him from the game. I mean, he was out in Overwatch 2, I think for like 26 hours, and then people complained and they removed him from the game. I don't know what they're gonna do to bring him back. He was a great character. Alright, so another complaint of mine was that Hanzo was partially topless touching his nipples. They corrected the nipple touching emote by just making him not topless anymore. Great move, Blizzard. But they left in the Shimada logo. I believe that's the Shimada logo. Two dragons sucking one another off. Alright, so a couple more claims was that Widow has spray that shows her ass crack. It's still in the game. I guess that's fine. Interesting enough, her domination spray has been removed. She used to have a spray that's just her foot. So I guess that's also been removed. Alright, so my previous video was 6 years ago, so there has been a lot of added characters, so let's just run through them really quickly. Miora, vial of urine. I know in Team Fortress 2 there is a character with a vial of urine, so I guess this is okay. Now the newest character, Kiriko, stomping emote where she's legs are very wide open. You can see both her ass and her front here, but nothing too revealing, right? Alright, Sombra. So Sombra, this was an odd design choice. So Sombra in the original Overwatch had this flap, right? But in Overwatch 2, they shortened the skirt. It's only in this one skin, so now all of her emotes kind of just don't line up correctly, so you can see her ass and her front. Very questionable design choice change. Alright, and it looks like at some point, I don't know whose idea this was. Somebody just okayed this. At some point, they just added a lot of bare feet. We gotta get the freaks back in here. Let's just add some bare feet here. Okay, so each one of these skins costs minimum $20. So here, look, Mercy, Farah. Farah's the last person I would have thought would be barefoot in this game. You know, and then you have Ashe, Widowmaker in their bikini or summer skins. Makes sense. And then you have Diva. Of course, they all have painted toenails. Here, you have the king of the barefoot, Sigma, an entire character, I guess, dedicated to this. The only thing I could find with under sprays was this DTF, down the fuck, spray of Doomfist. I don't know how that passed censorship. He did a okay job, I guess. Kind of just, in a sense, broke even. He didn't, for everything he corrected, he kind of just added in more. Oh, I do want to mention one last thing before I end this video is they completely locked the 3D models for Overwatch 2, meaning that people no longer can make their SFM videos. That's basically you borrow their models and you just do whatever you want with them, most times just leading to porn. And also there's a shrine here, just Mike Morheim. This is probably his court order apology. He was the CEO during all this lawsuit stuff, so let's just have a listen to what he has to say.
Our sons and daughters, let's take a stand to reject hate and harassment